Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your English class. So, we'll continue with the chapter The Ashes That Made Trees Bloom on page number 62. Okay, suddenly the leader of the van caught sight of the aged man up in the tree. So, suddenly, the leader of the van he caught sight of the aged man who was on the tree. He was about to call out to him in an angry tone. See why he was about to call? Because I have already explained you before that they are not allowed to stay on a upper position than the daimyo. Okay, that is an insult of the daimyo. So he was on the tree. He wasn't supposed to be there, but he was there. So the man was angry, and in a very angry tone, he was about to call him. But seeing he was such an old fellow, he pretended not to notice him and passed him by. But then he saw that he was a very old fellow there, so he decided not to call him in that angry tone and just let the palanquin pass. Okay, let the royal cart pass. Okay. So, when the daimyo's palanquin drew near, the old man, taking a pinch of ashes from his basket, scattered it over the tree. In a moment, it burst into blossom. And then what happened? That as the palanquin of the daimyo passed, drew near that tree, what did that good old man did? He took a pinch of that ashes which he had made from the meal, and he scattered it over the tree, and within a moment flowers bloomed on that tree, and the tree became beautiful with beautiful flowers. Okay, the delighted daimyo ordered the train to be stopped and got out to see the wonder. And as the daimyo saw this magic, he ordered the train to stop, and he got out of the train, and he wanted to see this wonder what had happened. Calling the old man to him, he thanked him and ordered presents of silk robes, sponge cake, fans, and other rewards to give him. Then, the daimyo was so happy seeing this, and he thanked the old man for what he did, and he ordered presents for him. Silk robe is a traditional dress of the Japanese. Okay, sponge cake, piece of cake. Sponge means soft. Fans, those Chinese fans, Japanese fans, and other rewards to be given. Other things also he was given. He even invited him to his castle. The daimyo invited the good old man to his castle, that I want you to come to my castle. Okay, so the old man went gleefully home to share his joy with his dear old wife. His wife wasn't present there. Only the old man was there. So he, being very happy, he went home to share this news, this new joyful news to his old wife. Okay. But when the greedy neighbor heard of it, he took some of the magic ashes and went out on the highway. Then, when the greedy old couple heard about it, they took the magic ashes, and went on the highway from where the daimyo's palanquin was to cross. There he waited until the daimyo's train came along, and instead of kneeling down like the crowd, he climbed a withered cherry tree. And like all the crowd was kneeling down, what he did, he climbed the withered cherry tree when the train of the daimyo was passing. When the daimyo himself was almost directly under him, he threw a handful of ashes over the tree, which did not change a particle. And what he did, as the daimyo's train was under the tree, he threw handful of ashes over the tree, and what happened? Nothing changed. Not even a particle, not even a small particle changed. The wind blew the fine dust in the noses and eyes of the daimyo and his wife. And what happened? The ashes, no, it wind blew, and the particles of those ashes, no, it went into the nose and eyes of the daimyo and his wife. Okay. such sneezing and choking. And they started sneezing, and they started coughing, because all these particles, it went in their noses and their eyes. It spoiled all the pomp and dignity of the procession. And what happened? It spoiled everything. Though that really the procession which was going on with such a nice pomp and dignity, it was spoiled. Everything was spoiled just because that bad old man threw ashes on the tree, which did not change the tree, but yes, it spoiled everything. The man whose business it was to cry, "Get out on your knees," and the man whose business it was to cry means he shouted that, "Get down your knees, seize the old fool by the collar." Seize the old fool means catch him by the collar, drag him from the tree, and tumbled him and his ash basket into the ditch by the road. And what did they do? They dragged him from the tree, and he tumbled, he rolled on the road, and his basket and him, they into the ditch by the road. There was a ditch of mud. I threw him in that. Okay, then beating him soundly, he left him for dead. And they beat him to death. Okay, very badly they had beaten him. Thus the wicked old man died in the mud. And what happened? That old wicked man, he died in the mud. Okay, but the ditch which he had fallen, no, it was full of mud, so he died in that. The kind friend of the dog dwelt in peace and plenty, and both he and his wife lived to a green old age. And the kind old friend of the dog, they dwelled in peace means they lived in peace, they had plenty of things, and they lived very happily. Green old age means a very healthy and prosperous age. They lived very happily. They had no other problems in their life, because they were very good. They didn't have anything bad in their mind or in their heart. They had love, they had a care for the other creatures. They weren't bad, they didn't have any kind of bad things. They weren't wicked. Okay, वो लालची नहीं थे. So they, whatever they got, they were happy in that, and they were never sad or angry by seeing their neighbors happy. They were always happy for their neighbors also. They always wanted good for the others. So when you do good for others, you will get good for yourself in return. Maybe late, but you will get, if you do good for others, but without expecting anything. Okay, do with a kind heart. Don't expect that you'll, if you're doing today I'm doing this good, so I will get good, that's why I'm doing this good. No, do it with a kind heart. Later or sooner you will get back that good thing in some or the other good way. Okay, when you will be in a very much need, and that will be the moment when you'll get something good. Okay, so always be good, have a pure heart, good heart, caring and loving heart for others, all the creatures, human beings, animals. Okay, if you do good to others, you will get good for yourself. So if you have any problem in this chapter, you can ask. This chapter is finished. Thank you.